Trading allowed me to buy the car of my dreams. I just got a C8Z06. You've probably seen it on my Instagram. And what's crazy is I've been busier than ever, right? Really just relying on and leveraging my experience as a trader, but I've got a lot going on. Okay, I just became the COO of this business where I'm filming right now, this studio, right? Not gonna go into the details on that, but yeah, there's a ton of stuff going on in my life, but I still had a really hot week in the markets. So we're just gonna touch on kind of the top level metrics. And then I wanna show you the trade of the week and why this downtrend has actually been one of the easiest times to trade. Now, some disclaimers, the market's not always this easy. The VIX is extremely elevated right now. So we'll touch on all that in the charts. We're gonna do top level performance. I'm not gonna break down every single trade. I'm just gonna show you the trade of the week, or this video will be forever. And then just talk about how trading with the trend, which used to be something that honestly I was very, very bad at up until, probably like 2 years ago, 18 months ago. Trend trading was really, really bad for me. I've always been a good range trader, or trading, not really price action. I trade the volume profile, but for whatever reason, trading trends was always really, really bad for me, right? So finally clean that up. There's a lot of tools that we can use. The trend that we have right now, though, I will say is very, very straightforward, very, very easy, okay? But I just want to highlight this and show this as, proof of what's possible, guys. You can do it. Okay, I got a dope whip. I just bought some wheels for the Z06. I'll throw some B-roll, some photos up. But I got some Patoni Gold wheels that are coming in. I'm gonna get a new carbon fiber wing. The wheels are 10 Gs. The wing is 2 Gs. The car was 140 Gs. I just say all that to say that you, my G, can do this. So let's look at the 1 week trade performance in TradeZilla. Okay, I've obfuscated all the other data. I'm personally a very private person, which I understand here on YouTube might be hard to get over, but you're gonna have to just deal with it, okay? Yeah, anyways, let's break it down. Okay, so on the week, let's just go down to the week P&L. Okay, did a little like 60 grand on the week, a solid week so far. Okay, I levered down a little bit on this week, traded a lot more than I should have. I would say that. My birthday was on the 5th, lost money. Not gonna talk about that, but in terms of win rate and greens per the day, there's a few things that I don't like about this. One, way over traded this week. I was trading lower leverage, which means that I took more at-bats than usual. So in 2025, I actually levered up. I was trading 5 to 10 NQ, some of my trades. So I've had some really big outlier days. This week isn't why I bought my Z06. It's really December and January are really why I went ahead and bought a car, crushed those months. I just wanted to highlight this week recently because I thought it was interesting. Okay, 4 trades, 3 trades, 1 trade, and 3 trades. This is the trade that we're gonna review. I took a short on the 6th here, and it'll be pretty apparent. But yeah, you can make 60 Gs. Average trade size is about 3 NQ on this week. Okay, you should not be trading every day. I way over traded on this week. That's why I had this red day. Way over traded. And honestly, I need to clean that up. Okay, I over traded last week as well. We're not gonna talk about that. It's not highlighted here. I did over trade last week as well. But yeah, this was just a good outlier week in terms of showing just trade performance in a real account, okay? So let's take a look at what happened on the 6th. We're just gonna pop over to the charts and let's look at the 4 hour. Okay, so we have this very obvious downtrend that's happening in the markets right now, okay? And this is a money printer. You guys need to do this. Now, I've actually coined our system the VPE, okay? I did this in jest at first. Me and Sol were talking about, because a lot of people trade ICT. Love your little magical 3 letters, but VPE, what does this stand for? Volume Profile Edges, okay? We trade the volume profile edges. That is our system. That's the money maker. That's how I was able to make $60,000 during this week, a little less than 60,000, 59, whatever it was, 59.7. Okay, we trade the volume profile edges. Now, which edge actually matters in this downtrend? We can get back to the 6th. We don't need these lines right here. What I want to do is I want to go to the daily chart. Okay, I'll actually go to the 24-hour chart, and let's look at what this looked like a few days ago. So go to replay. Market actually just opened. I need to take a look at that. But this is the 24-minute. I want to go to 24-hour. All right, so we're on the 24-hour chart. Looking back a little bit, and I want the visible range to fill in, and I want to see if there's anything here. Now, there's actually a little node already sticking out here, okay? There's this node, there's another node sticking out here, and what I want to do is first understand the trend. So this is the daily chart. I did 24 hours so that this visible range would load. Every single one of these is a day. So we have red day, little green, red, some green. Okay, this is a high volume green coming off of this node here. We want to recognize that, but we're still trading inside of this low value area. So what I want to do is thinking this might go lower. okay, I want to project what the measured move is going to be. So I want to line up my technicals with my volume profile. So I just want to see, as I scoot this down, I want to see what edge this lines up with. Well, look at that. It gets pretty close to this edge. So it's shooting out into low value here. But knowing that it's going to use a node for support, I basically can look at this node here around 19,100. Anywhere in this range is fine. I'm just going to do it option H for horizontal line, get rid of those. Okay, so now we have a short target. We can trade this trend, even though we're late. It's another 1,500 points where I could just go short here. Okay, I could go short here, and then I could put a resting buy. It's not going to let me do a TP down here at the top of this node. Okay, we'll do a TP right there, and for the sake of it, we'll put our stop up here. Now, very big range. You can see that on one contract, I'm losing 11,000 and making 27,000. Pretty interesting what those numbers are. So there's about half of my P&L. I literally could have just shorted to this target. Neither here nor there. I've already beat myself up about it. I literally could have just swung short and made way more money than trading. But that's fine. Let's show trading. That's the point of this, guys. It's the point of this. I've been super busy, and that busyness factor, if I look at my journal, which we're not going to necessarily do, just all stuff going on in personal life, health and stuff like that, has been affecting my trading recently. But neither here nor there. Let's just see what's possible, okay? And if we get to our TP, holy crap, we did. We made $27,000 short one contract by trading the edges of the volume profile. So this analysis gives us something that we can just short into. You can just show up every day and go short, which is going to bring me to this other trade here, right? So I had one day where I just had one trade. It was a really good day. Let's just exit that. Let's go to the 4 hour, okay? And it was on the 6th, yeah. And if I recall, because I do remember this day, I literally just shorted this trend line, okay? You can see how we're back to it now, but I literally just shorted this trend line. So when we came up to here, at 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, we're in a downtrend, okay? As soon as we're close to this thing, just go short, guys. Just go short. Now, if you trade our system, you know that the target on a short is going to be one of the most relevant lows. So we have the prior day low right here, 20,066. Okay, you can do an option H, and you can just short from here, basically anywhere up here, anywhere down here. That's 600 points. I didn't make enough money on this session, honestly. I objectively didn't, just off that analysis. Okay, so not a perfect trader, but I am good. Okay, tons of EV that could be made there. Okay, on one contract, if you shorted just from there to there, okay, 20 times 666, 20 times 666, $13,000 there. Okay, and I made 19.4 on the day. So did not manage this perfectly at all, not even close, especially with the leverage that I used, but I did pretty well. Okay, so just a good example of how trading with the trend. I've just been doing shorts essentially this entire time down. We have a W right now, so looking at the current market, we kind of have a W. Okay, we just came to the edge of this shelf here, looking at the volume profile. And are we on live? Yeah, we're on live market. So I considered actually doing a short before I started this video. I do think we could range, okay? So this is a lower high here. So if we do like a wedge shape here, if we start forming a wedge here, okay, then we could have another 360 something points of EV. I might actually take that. I might take that trade. We have a doji here. Let's look at the 2 hour. Sorry, I didn't plan to do some live analysis, but I'm contemplating the 2 hour. We've got that one. This could range overnight. It's bouncing here. Let's look at the session volume profile. E-shape here. Yeah, we'll see. I might be a little late. I should have shorted when I thought about it, and I'd be up like 100 points. I don't really want to short here though. Okay, you see this little node that is reacting around? I want to be careful with that. If I do go short, I would need about 172 points on my stop. You know, that'd be like a 1 for 3 eyeballing it, 366 points. It's not bad. We'll think about it. Nonetheless, trading is possible, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna hit y'all with some B-roll of me driving around Miami in my new whip. And I'm probably just gonna keep dropping some more like non-trading car content because I love that stuff. Something that I'm doing right now every week. Actually, when I bought my wheels, my goal, I was like, all right, the wheels are gonna be about 10 G's. And so I literally I made a hit list of all the things that I wanted to buy, plus 30% for taxes. And that's how I was approaching my trading. So just having more fun with it. I am gonna reduce my number of trades again, though, scale back a little bit. But honestly, trading more helps when you're making content because you tend to look at the charts more often. Anyways, but it is bad for you as a trader. So there's always that dichotomy there. Like when you're trading for real in your own account, you trade way less. You should be trading way less. It's very abnormal to trade a lot when you are trading your own capital. Nonetheless, That is it. Subscribe. See you in the next video. Deuces.